Dr. Ali. Welcome back. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, please subscribe to continue to be part of this healing community where we share knowledge and research that we need to heal and sustain good health. I'm a functional physician and a mindfulness coach, and my goal is to provide education and guidance to our patients and their families, as well as our community on how to achieve optimal health and wellness. Everyone has the ability to achieve optimal health by making simple, sustainable changes to our lifestyle. We can prevent and even reverse chronic disease. So let's talk about the topic. We have a very interesting topic today. We are talking about longevity and peak performance. As we grow older, we want to make sure that we are able to perform as well as we do when we are in our 40s and 50s, all the way into our 70s and 80s. And we want to be able to live longer, but also have the quality of life that we need to be able to enjoy life. So we will talk about what are the key factors that affect aging in men, okay? So let's first talk about what are the common health issues faced by men when they're aging. So the first and foremost issue that we see in men is vascular aging. Vascular aging is a process which is the primary reason why men get into problems with heart disease. Basically, our blood vessels start to age and they start to basically accumulate these changes that contribute to the development of cardiovascular disease, or what we call heart disease. One of the things that really changes is the endothelium. The endothelium is the lining of the blood vessels, which plays a very important role in vascular health, meaning health of the blood vessels. When we age, the endothelial lining becomes less effective at performing its function, such as regulating blood pressure, controlling inflammation, and preventing the formation of blood clots. And this dysfunction increases the risk of conditions like stiffness of the blood vessels, which leads to heart attack, which leads to stroke. And then the second thing which happens is a process called atherosclerosis, which is also a result of the dysfunction of the lining of the blood vessel that we call endothelium. Atherosclerosis is a process in which fatty deposits of plaque builds up in the arteries, which prevents the blood flow and can lead to heart attacks. It can lead to blockage of the peripheral arteries in our body, which leads to conditions like stroke. It can lead to conditions like kidney disease. So that is one of the key areas which happens as we age. This is particularly true for men who die from heart disease more so than any other cause. The second reason for death in men when they age is cancer. So we know the types of cancer that most frequently affect men are prostate cancer, lung cancer, and colon cancer. Prostate cancer is one of the most common cancers among men, and the risk of developing this cancer significantly increases with age, particularly after age 50. This is particularly true if there is a family history of prostate cancer, because that increases the risk. The second cancer, which is common in men, is lung cancer. Smoking, as we know, increases the risk of lung cancer significantly. And the third very common cancer in men is colon cancer. And the risk factor for this cancer is age over 50, a family history of colon cancer, or polyps. A high fat diet is also a risk factor for colon cancer. The third reason for aging and age related death is diabetes. And we know that diabetes is currently the leading cause of death among both men and women. And it is also a condition which leads to serious health problems, which includes blindness, amputations, heart attacks, and kidney failures. We also know that diabetics are at higher risk of infections because they have a poor immune system. Last but not least, one of the challenges that men face as they age is dementia. And when I say dementia, I mean Alzheimer's disease, but I also mean other forms of dementia, such as vascular dementia. And dementia is a condition which significantly affects the quality of life because we lose the ability to interact with others, carry out daily activities, control our movements. We also have difficulty communicating effectively. So the profound cognitive decline can lead to death as well. Dementia also increases our susceptibility to other health problems, such as pneumonia. And there could be complications which could be related to falls as a result of dementia, because dementia can affect balance as well. So the question now is, now that we know that early aging and reasons of death in men, what is it that actually leads to some of the reasons for death that we have recently discussed? So, one of the reasons why there is vascular aging, cancer, diabetes, and dementia is inflammation. So, we know that inflammation is part of the body's immune response to injury, infection, and irritants. It is actually a protective response that involves the immune system, blood vessels, as well as some chemical messengers. However, if the inflammation goes on for a long time, which is what we call chronic or persistent inflammation, then it becomes harmful and it leads to all the conditions that we talked about, such as vascular aging, which leads to heart disease, dementia, cancer, and diabetes. The second reason for those conditions that we talked about is hormonal imbalance. We know that hormonal changes occur as we age, and there is decline of hormones such as testosterone in men. And andropause is another phenomenon that we see in men. So when there are these hormonal imbalances, those hormonal imbalances can lead to conditions like diabetes. And that predisposes us to other issues. Nutritional deficiency or malnutrition is the lack of nutrients. And this can contribute to chronic inflammation. This can contribute to dementia. This can contribute to cancer, which is a result of an abnormal immune system, and a robust immune system requires nutrients. As we age, our digestive tract may not function as well as it did when we are younger, which means that we may not be absorbing all the nutrients. Which means that those nutritional deficiencies then go ahead and weaken the different organ systems in our body. including the immune system, the bones, leading to osteoporosis, cognitive decline, as well as anemia. Endothelial dysfunction. So we did talk in a lot of detail about endothelial dysfunction, the lining of the blood vessels, and when we are aging, the endothelial lining starts to malfunction. And that malfunction leads to what we call vascular aging, which leads to heart diseases such as heart attacks, heart failure, stroke, kidney disease, and high blood pressure. Now, how do we reverse aging? So, we'll talk about 4 ways that we reverse aging in functional medicine. The first way we do that is by use of nutraceuticals. So, nutraceuticals are products which are derived from food sources to provide extra health benefits. If you remember, we talked about nutritional deficiencies. So, the nutraceuticals can be used in order to ensure that we do not have those nutritional deficiencies and that we have adequate nutrients to be able to support all our organs and systems in our body. Nutraceuticals can also be antioxidants. And antioxidants are very important to neutralize harmful free radicals. As we age, we may be making more of these harmful free radicals, which lead to oxidative stress, which leads to the process of aging. We know now that oxidative stress plays a very important role in diseases such as heart disease and cancer. Nutraceuticals can also be anti-inflammatory in nature and can reduce the inflammation, which is the primary reason why a lot of those conditions related to aging occur. We also know that nutraceuticals are helpful in improving heart health. They can reduce blood pressure, lower cholesterol levels, and prevent the formation of blood clots. An example of such a nutraceutical is omega 3s. We also know that nutraceutical can help protect against diseases such as Alzheimer's disease. And these nutraceuticals also help with the immune system, which is very important to support because if we do not have a good immune system, we are at risk of having multiple infections, which may last longer, leading to further damage to our organs and systems. The second thing that can be used to reverse these age related damages is peptides. Peptides are short chains of amino acids that are the building blocks of proteins. And the peptides play a very important role because they can act as enzymes, hormones, as well as cell signaling molecules. The peptides have been shown to play a very important role in making sure that we are able to regenerate and heal the system. For example, collagen peptides are used for improving skin structure and elasticity. Then there are antioxidant peptides. There are peptides which affect the immune system, which we call immunomodulatory peptides. And there are peptides which protect the nervous system, which we call neuroprotective peptides. There are also peptides which we call anti-glycation peptides. Glycation is a process where the sugar molecules bind to the proteins and lipids, leading to something we call AGEs, advanced glycation end products. We know that advanced glycation end products can accumulate with age and contribute to aging and age-related diseases. So anti-glycation peptides can inhibit the formation of that. Now, a very important process that can help us reverse aging is the process of healing the gut. We know that the gut plays an essential role in the overall health. We know that the bacteria in our gut contribute significantly to health and disease. So, the trillions of microbes that are living inside our gut perform many different critical functions. We know that gut health has been linked to aging process and longevity. So we know the gut is a significant component of the immune system, which means that a well-balanced gut bacteria can help regulate immune responses. They can reduce inflammation. We also know that the gut bacteria play a very important role in metabolism. And metabolic activity is important because that regulates our body weight, that regulates our blood sugar levels. And we know that when there are imbalances in the gut bacteria, then we can develop obesity, type 2 diabetes, and premature aging. We also know that the gut and the brain are intricately connected. The gut-brain axis is a communication system between the gut and the brain. A healthy gut can have a positive impact on mental health and reduce the risk of diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. We also know that the gut is extremely important for the absorption of nutrients, which means that proper gut function can ensure efficient nutrient absorption and will make sure that we do not develop nutritional deficiencies. So, gut healing is of very high importance when it comes to reversing aging. Last but not least, there's something called microcurrent neurofeedback. Microcurrent neurofeedback is basically a type of neurofeedback that helps us initiate and sustain neuroplasticity. What is neuroplasticity? Neuroplasticity is a phenomena where we are able to create new pathways in our brain. Why do we need new pathways in our brain? We need to create new pathways and we need to have the process of neuroplasticity because that helps us with cognitive functions such as memory, attention, and processing speed. We know that aging leads to a reduction in memory, attention, and processing speed. However, neurofeedback can help improve these functions by promoting optimal brain function. We also know that microcurrent neurofeedback can help with mood regulation. It can also help with quality of sleep, which is extremely important for healing. So these are the reasons why microcurrent neurofeedback can be very helpful in those who are having issues related to either cognitive function, mood issues, and sleep issues. Thank you so much for being with us, and we look forward to connecting again next week.